So it all depends. So I want to make that straight. If everybody thinks that, hey, I'm going to get in this business because I want to be a millionaire, wrong attitude, wrong attitude. Get in the business because you like products. And if you do, you will be successful. And there's a formula for that we can talk about later, because I see the guys that do it over and over again, there's a formula to it. Okay, so here's the process, real simple. I think I come up with an idea. And I go study the marketplace. Step number one, I do a Google image search. I go online. Hey, is my product new? And I look around, and guess what? I'll find something similar. I can guarantee it. And that's not a bad idea, actually. If you don't find anything like your idea, that's not even close, I'd be more worried. You're going to find something similar, but is yours truly unique? Oh, okay, no one's doing it this way. Okay, perfect. I search, I spend a couple hours, I study the micro category. I become an expert in this one little area. I look, I don't see anything. Perfect. First step. Second, I'll do Google patents. I'll type in Google patents. And then I'll type in a couple words that get close to what my product is, and I'll see if anybody has patents on it. Guess what? There are going to be patents on it. I can guarantee it. Don't fret. Take a look at them. Find your uniqueness. Because it's not about patents now, but you definitely need to know what's been done, what's in the marketplace, and what people have filed patents on. Now, you can do this you can have a blast. Do this for a whole day. Spend a whole day doing this. Step number one. So now you realize, hey, I've got something that's a little bit different that I think people want. But do they really want it? Okay. So now I go ahead and I make a sales sheet. I come up with my benefit statement. Every product needs a very big benefit statement. One line, juicy. Why do you care? Why would you buy it? That one line is everything. You come up with the one line. Then I find a 3D computer-generated graphic artist on Fiverr. I've got one in my office. He's a guy who's been working for me for 17 years. I'll say, James, make that. He makes it. He puts that one-line benefit statement at the top. There's a couple of features. It does this. Here's my contact information. I'm done. Now, if I can build a little prototype and make a 1-minute video, that's even better. A 1-minute video is probably the best selling tool there is. Doesn't have to be fancy, only 1 minute. Show the problem people are having, show the struggle, and then show your solution. Smiling face, you're happy. Make it emotional. That's a 1-minute video. If you want to see samples of 1-minute videos like that, go to All Star Products or Telebrands. Those are the companies that do as seen on TV products. They're the best at these cheesy little commercials you see on TV, but they're effective. Okay, so now what companies do I call? All right, I go down to the store and where's my product going to sell? I find it's going to sell there. Find that aisle. Then I call all those companies in that aisle. Not maybe all of them, but 30 of them, 20 of them. Big list. Those are not my competitors. Those are my potential licensees. I'm a licensor, and I'm going to license it to those guys. So they're my potential licensees. Right? Simple. I make a list. Maybe I take a picture with my phone. Right? I look them up on the internet. Good company. And then I reach out to the guys. And I can do that through LinkedIn. Very simple. I can type in the name of a company on LinkedIn, contact someone in sales or marketing, reach out. Don't pitch it. Ask them the process. How do I submit an idea to your company? They give you a name. Either I call them up on the phone. Hey, I'm a product developer. I want to submit your ideas to you. I hear Mark Smith is looking at ideas. Could you transfer me to Mark Smith? Because you got the name on LinkedIn. You go right over to Mark. Hey, Mark, I'm a product developer. I'd like to submit an idea to your company. How do I do it? Tell me your process. He says, Steve, this is what we need to do. He tells it to me. I submit it. I got it in. That's all. I got it in. I'm done. I delivered a package. I didn't try to sell them. I don't need to be a sales guy. I don't need to fly all around the country to meet with them. I don't need to do that. I delivered my package. My package needs to sell itself. That's my idea. And I just wait for the phone call to ring to see if they're interested. And if they're interested, then we go to a term sheet, and then we go to a licensing agreement. All those steps that I just talked about, because I've done this for so long, it's really easy for me. Sounds complicated for some people, of course, but once you do it once, you can do it 100 times. I can do this in my office in a day. Find an idea, do a little research. I don't care if the product even works or not. Now that sounds crazy. Steve, you don't even know if it's going to work? No, I want to know if they want it. Because I can figure out the rest later. See, I flipped it. I flipped it in such a way because if they want it, trust me, I can get a lot of guys to help me bring it to market. A lot of guys will help me build the prototype, quote it. I can even walk in the door at the contract manufacturer with that potential licensee and say, hey, you want it? This guy can make it for you.
So when you said, like at this point, let's say they want it or don't want it. Let's say someone calls you and says, I like the product, I want it. Like I want to talk about it or bring it to life. Do you have to then undertake kind of that manufacturing process, or do you just say, well, here's the dimensions, here's what it is, you build it on your own and you run with it?
This is what happens. This is the game that gets played right here. They call up and they want to talk about it. Fantastic. They're going to ask you a couple questions. What are you looking for? Well, I'm looking for a licensing arrangement. I don't want to be a manufacturer. I'm trying to find a company that will license it and pay me royalties, such as your company. Fantastic. They might say, do you have a prototype? Oh, right. Good. Now, I don't have one. Now, I could tell them two things. I don't have one, and maybe it's too complicated for you even to make one. Tell them the truth. I don't have one. Or say, look, you want a prototype? I'll send one. Trust me, if they want it, I'll figure out a way to get a prototype made. But I'm not going to build a prototype until the guy says he wants it. Now, this is what happens. They'll say, all right, Steve, do you have any protection? I say, I have a patent pending. Can we see it? Sure. I don't have a problem with that. Now, I make sure I do them correctly. I send it to them. I might even ask them before I send it. I say, look, I'm glad you're interested. Always be positive. Never give them a reason to go around you. I don't think they steal ideas. They might work around you. Don't give them that reason. Stay positive and say, look, fantastic. But I've got some confidential things in my PPA, and you're going to probably share some confidential things with me too. So maybe we should get an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. And trust me, they're going to send it to you. Read it. Make sure it sounds fair. If it sounds fishy, it is. Don't sign it. But basically what it says, what you own, what I own, and we're not going to share it with anybody else. That's all it says. So sometimes you do that, sometimes you don't. Depends on how you feel. But just because they ask for things doesn't mean you give it to them. Just because they say, hey, do you have a prototype? Talk to them a little bit. Hey, do you have a patent? Don't just hand them over everything. Judge their interest level a little bit, right? You're interviewing them a little bit.
It's like a job. It's a two-way street.
It has to be. It has to be a good working relationship. Now, realize some companies have not embraced open innovation, right? But thousands and thousands and thousands have. Find the guys like Alex Lee that says, we love you. Find those guys. Now, I can give you a hint. If you go to the real big guys, they don't need us. The mega companies. And guess what? Those mega companies don't innovate either. What they do, they're market leaders. They're really market takers. They let the small guys do the work and then they buy it. So don't send it to the big boys. You're wasting your time. I hate to say that. We all chase them though. Even I chase them. But the bottom line is, find the smaller guys. They love us. And they work harder for us because they want to be the big guys.